Hey guys, I hope all is well. So just quick video for all of you militia members and clients heading into the Christmas period. So all I wanted to do is just make a quick video discussing some things to kind of keep in your mind more so than strategies as to how to deal with the Christmas period, concerns about weight gain, maybe not getting your exercise in, etc. So the first thing that I want you to realize is that if you are really concerned about maybe getting a little bit too much body fat or not training enough to keep your training progressing over the next couple of days or the next week, it's really not going to make a huge difference, okay? The time period is simply not long enough to have a significant impact on your training goals that it's really going to hold you back. So that's kind of the first thing. But what I do recognize is that it is all about really kind of facilitating your kind of mental health as such as well. And I don't mean like as if you're just going to spiral into depression or something, but I mean that you should be setting things up in such a way that you actually enjoy this period of time as much as possible. Because, you know, although like personally I'm not religious, Christmas doesn't actually mean anything to me. What it does mean for a lot of us is time spent at home after coming home from traveling or after coming home from college, and we're spending time with our families, and maybe it's the first time for the whole year that you and your family and your friends all gather together to kind of, you know, catch up. And it's a really nice time to kind of conclude the year, reflect on your year, spend time with the people that you love, the people that you care about, and just actually enjoy yourself outside of work, outside of college, and all other kind of day-to-day things. So it is actually important that you do what feels best to you during this time. So if that is you staying a little bit on track with your nutrition, continuing on with your training, then by all means do that. But what is a good idea is to just maybe reduce the frequency a little, because maybe you can't get in all of your training sessions because your gym is closed, or maybe you can't get in, you know, all perfect meals because your mom makes a sick banoffee pie and you do want to have some, and that's okay. So just remember that a few days is not going to sabotage your results in any sort of meaningful way. Like even if you were to overfeed, okay, by 1,000 calories over your maintenance, so let's say you're a 60 kilo female and your maintenance is 2,000 calories. If you were to eat 3,000 calories every day for the whole week, 7 days, that's overfeeding of a total of 7,000 calories. Like at most, you're going to gain about a kilo of fat. And even at that, you're probably not going to gain a kilo of fat. It's unlikely. It's more likely that you'll store some of it as glycogen, maybe if you have been dieting, that the extra calories will have a thermic effect of feeding that is going to like bring that 7,000 down a little bit, that you might move a little bit more, etc, etc. So what we have to realize is that it's not just like as soon as you touch a bit of chocolate or a bit of cake that the fat just starts to pile on, because it's simply not how things work. But at the same time, I am also mindful that people can very easily overfeed by a lot more than 1,000 calories. And as soon as you kind of start to do that, you feel quite crap. You tend to just crave more of those sort of foods. And you just kind of lose control of yourself. So one of the things I would say is to adjust your meal frequency a little. So one of the things I like to do during periods of time where I know I'm going to have maybe some more indulgent food because I enjoy it and because it's with my family or whatever, then maybe just have 3 meals instead of 4 or 5. That's not going to compromise your gains, and it's going to be quite nice for you to be able to get up in the morning, you know, have a nice healthy breakfast, maybe have a nice healthy lunch, and then in the evening maybe your mom's cooking a big roast or something because you're home and the family's home, and you're doing a big banoffee pie afterwards, but you really want some. It's cool, have some. But one of the big problems during this period of time is that people will not proactively allow themselves to enjoy themselves. So rather than saying, I'm going to have that piece of cake, it all happens kind of reactively in the moment. So you have this perfect ideal situation where you think, yeah, I'm going to be so adherent to my diet, I'm going to train all of the time, everything's going to be perfect over Christmas. So that's your expectation. You've created that expectation of this situation in your mind. So as soon as you do go off track, then it's actually a negative experience. So that banoffee pie or whatever it is no longer a positive experience. You're not getting the same benefits from it in terms of your psychological health, enjoying this piece of food, enjoying it with your family, because you're sitting there catastrophizing, thinking, oh no, I messed up, you know, oh shit, what am I going to do? And then you've got this kind of negative spiral where you feel quite crap and oh, your goals are out the window now, and then you just decide to keep on binging and just having all this food that wasn't even enjoyable, and then it comes to, you know, the first week in January, and although you hadn't been planning it, now you have to diet because you gained too much body fat. That is the life cycle of a fitness person at Christmas, trust me. So just allow yourselves, guys, you know, be proactive in saying, you know, I've worked hard all year. If I want to have a piece of cake, I can have a piece of cake. It is not going to sabotage your results. And obviously, you know, it probably is a bit easier if you are one of our clients watching this, because obviously we've spoken to you about this separately, and when it does come to the end of the week or the new year, whatever, you're still going to have us to kind of help you out and just kind of move forward from there, and it's not really going to be a big deal. But a lot of people that are kind of guiding themselves during this time will be very hard on themselves and will say in the new year, oh, I'm going to start dieting now because I gained too much body fat over Christmas, and it's just a bit of a mess. So be proactive, you know. If you feel that eating well most of the time over Christmas is going to make you feel good, then by all means go and do that. But if you know that there are certain foods that you would just really like to have at this time because you have them every Christmas or whatever, then indulge in them and enjoy them. Because, like, I know myself, there are certain things that I know my mom will make or that will be in the house at Christmas that I like eating, and that I would be disappointed if I didn't allow myself to eat, you know, because it's just something I enjoy, something maybe I don't eat very frequently. So if you are able to be proactive and to say, you know what, I'm going to allow myself a little bit of that, it's not going to have a meaningful effect on my results in any way. So that's kind of it, you know. You look